Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Feels Couch Confessionals. For those of you that don't know, Couch Confessionals is where we go behind the blog and get to know the blogger. And on the couch today is Jennifer Angarana Ricci,
Hello.
who is basically Miss Happy Alive and Go Through Swag. So I'm so psyched to have you on the couch today because, as you know, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We didn't even plan it this way, which was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, no, it was really cool.
So tell me about the awareness that you had before you were diagnosed. Like, were you the type of girl who went to get checked regularly? Did you have people in your life who had it?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My grandmother is one of 14 children.
Wow.
And out of those 14 children, I would say like 7 of them had breast cancer or ovarian cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so there's a lineage here.
Yeah, there
Okay.
was. You know, mine wasn't related to anything really because
Right.
it was my grandmother and everything. But because of that, my OBGYN had me start getting mammograms at 35 rather than 40.
Okay.
And so I was always aware, always proactive in trying to like get things done, prevent anything from happening.
Right.
You know, and even with my first mammogram, I had to go back and have a biopsy. You know, like, and it turned out to be nothing. You know, and
Right.
and so that was that. So yes, I was always very aware.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So your blog has touched so many people for obvious reasons, but I think, you know, when you hear breast cancer, everyone, you know, gets frightened. Some people handle it in various ways.
Yeah.
And the way in which you kind of battled through this is so inspirational. And you wrote about this in your blog, but I would love for those who haven't read it, for you to take us through when you were first diagnosed. How did you know something was wrong?
Yeah. Okay. It was a very weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
I had just finished doing a show with the community theater group here in Harrison, and I was just literally relaxing in bed one night, and you know how like your dog or your cat wants to come and cuddle up next to you? My cat likes to sit right on my shoulder, and she was there, and she got off, and I went to brush her hair away, and I felt a lump on my breast. I felt, and I was just like, that's not right, you know?
Yeah.
That instant, like, intuition, like, you kind of knew.
Yeah. Did
So,
she always rest here?
She always rests, like, up here. You know, my
Okay.
cancer was on the right side. But,
Wow.
it was just...
Last week,
Interesting.
Jen Tinetti wrote about her dog.
Right.
And I really do believe that animals have a sense for when we're sick. And
They
wherever
totally
in our
do.
bodies.
Yeah.
It really is
Yeah.
something amazing. So your cat is
My cat is my
special.
hero, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So take us through, again, you wrote about this in your blog, but take us through like how you felt when you got the diagnosis.
Yeah. I got my diagnosis at like 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. It was Halloween, actually.
Oh my God.
I was just doing my, daily routine. I was in the bathroom, washing my face, blah, blah, blah. And my cell phone rang with an unknown number. So, of course, I declined it and let it go to voicemail. And then I listened to the voicemail, and it said, "Hi, this is Dr. blah, blah, I'm calling from my cell phone. Can you call me back?" And I kind of thought, that doesn't usually happen,
Yeah.
I called her back, and she's like, I'm on a field trip with my daughter at school, but I needed to tell you that the one spot we biopsied was nothing, but the second spot, the one that you felt, is breast cancer. But she's like, don't worry, it'll be okay, you can have a lumpectomy, radiation, it's curable, it's totally fine. So I kind of just like heard breast cancer, and then...
What was the best piece of advice you received while you were going through it?
I was flooded with advice. As soon as I opened it up on Facebook and told everybody, I had to like private messages like bing, 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 bing,
Yeah.
But I think the best advice that I got was that you're gonna get through this. You know, you will get through this. Be good to yourself. And I think that was the most important thing. Be good to yourself. Be your own advocate throughout this. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you don't think something's right, always speak up.
Yeah.
And keep pushing through.
That's great advice, because I'm sure, you know, there's part of anyone who is going through this where, you know, they get so overwhelmed with all the information being thrown at them that you kind of have to decipher which to pick and choose.
Oh, totally,
from.
yeah.
So what lesson did you take away from all this?
I think the biggest lesson that I took away from this is that I am stronger and more powerful than I ever thought I could be.
Awesome.
Which is totally awesome, you know?
Like, it's a superpower.
Yeah. I have the ability to get through things I never thought I could. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. How has, and you spoke to this in your last blog, but how has this experience changed you?
It's really taught me how precious life is, really. Yeah, we go day to day through our lives, like bitching and complaining about a lot of things, getting angry at petty little things, and you know, it really has taught me, like, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, people say it all the time, but now I understand what it means. You know, like there are so many things that we do in life that just aren't worth it. Like, you're not wasting your energy or having negative energy toward anything. Life is about, like, living to your fullest and being happy and helping yourself and helping others in any way you can.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's taught me.
That's amazing. And finding humor in it all. I mean, I think that's what people just kind of, like, are in awe about your approach, is because you're so freaking funny and you find humor in you try to find humor in everything.
I really try to find humor in everything because, like, you know what, the saying, if you're not laughing, you're crying. I mean, that's totally true. Like, you have to not take yourself so seriously, not take situations so seriously, because that's, like, your attitude and how you, like, view everything is how you're going to respond to everything and everybody and get through everything. So humor is, like, very important, and it was and is still important to me.
Yeah. Now, and you probably answered this already, but repeat it if you did. What advice do you give those who are battling it currently?
I think advice I can give to anybody who is going through this or who will be going through it is that it can and will get better. You know, getting hit with that diagnosis is like just getting punched in the face with a bag of bricks. But after that, you need to have the will to pick yourself up and fight through it, and you can do it.
So I ask this question to every blogger on the couch. If you knew me, you would know.
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of things there.
Do tell.
If you knew me, you would know. Well, my ability at sarcasm is, like, at an all-time high. I think I've definitely brought it to an art form in recent times. I love coffee, and I think I like coffee better than gin and tonic, which is a tough one.
No, hold on one sec, because I kind of profess that I'm a coffee snob. Do you like your coffee dark and, like, with a bite, or do you like it more light and creamy?
I like my coffee with a little bit of a bite.
Okay.
And just a tiny bit of milk in it. Like, I like the flavor of the coffee, and I want to feel it working. You know, like, I want its powers to be going through me.
I hear you. Anything else that we need to know about you?
I don't know. I love to create, and I love to help people to create and better themselves, and
love that. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, your happy place. What is it? What does it make you feel? And who are you with?
My happy place, I would have to say, is really anywhere that I'm with my daughter and my husband, and we're just relaxing and being together. Whether it's in a movie, we love to go to Disney World. Like, that's a total happy place. It's the happiest place on earth, right? you know, being there with them and just, you know, forgetting about the world for a while and just being us. Like anytime we can be in a situation like that is my happy place. It doesn't matter where it is.
I
you know?
love that. It's funny because you hear of so much dysfunction, family dysfunction, broken marriages. What do you feel is like, what is the formula? What is the secret? Is there a secret?
I think there is no secret. I think, like, you have to communicate with each other. You have to kind of give each other space when you need it. You got to be there for each other. You have to support each other, build each other up. Fighting and tearing each other apart is never going to solve anything. You know.
And I think you see the character and the strength of a relationship when you go through something like you did.
Yeah, totally.
You either strive or you crumble.
Yeah.
So it's great. Great. Happy to hear that. Okay. What advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
Oh, God. My 16-year-old self was like a pretty geeky band person.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think the best advice I would give my 16-year-old self is like, don't, all the things that you're worrying about right now are not going to matter. You're still on the line. Don't be so hard on yourself,
Yeah.
I think that at that age, we're so critical of ourselves, and it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could go back in time and just like shake ourselves.
Yeah, right.
Don't do it. Okay. So, if you were to title this chapter in your life, what would it be? Or what would it be called, I should say?
This chapter right now, I think I would call it Phoenix Rising. Because,
love it.
I've been through so much crap in the past, like 10, 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure like my husband and I lost a baby prematurely. I thought after that was one of those that doesn't happen to me moments, you know. And now breast cancer, going through chemo and radiation, like it was kind of like stripping me of everything that I was before, physically, emotionally, mentally. And now that I'm done with all the treatments, I feel good. I have this will to like be better and do better, and I feel like I'm just like the phoenix, like busting the hell out of the ashes.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's true. You get to a point in your life where you're like, I could handle anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
totally.
know what I mean? That's great. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that sets your soul on fire?
Ooh, that's a big one. I think what really sets my soul on fire is passion. Not like kissing, making out passion, but
that's a good one too.
Yeah, I'm not going to negate that one. But
a different kind of passion.
But the passion for something in your life. Mm-hmm. I know that surge of energy I get when I have passion for like an artistic project or a baking project or something like that, but also watching other people live out their passion, that totally like energizes me to want to be better and do better too.
Yeah.
Watching my daughter like do her thing musically, watching somebody else succeeding at something that they were trying, watching another person get over their illness. Like watching their passion to get through what they're doing really makes me happy and encourages my passions.
Yeah, that's amazing. Were you always artistic, like even as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was. My grandmother was an artist.
Okay.
She was a painter. And she always fostered that artistic side. Like, she would give me canvases, paints, and whatever. And then, when we got to like 4th grade and played instruments and everything, I really I totally loved that. And then, as I went to college, I became a singer, and so I always did that.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you so much. I sit here and am inspired and awe of all that you've been through and that you're here, and we're so grateful for that. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the Daily Feels. Check it out soon. Bye.